In our last topic, we have discussed about the functions of the cell membrane. Functions of the cell membrane. Cell membrane is nature. We have already discussed that it shows a selective permeability. Selective permeability. It means it allows solvent. It allows solvent and also allow some solute, but these solutes should be specific according to shape and neat. Solute will enter through the simple process of the diffusion and solvent will enter through the process of osmosis. We have previous lecture we have discussed about that, and right now we are dealing with some of the other functions of the cell membrane. There are one more important function. It acts like a gatekeeper. It means the things which is coming inside the cell membrane and the things which is moving outside the cell membrane, it all will be checked by cell membrane. It also shows the nature of recognizing the particles. How it recognizes the particles, that's very important thing. That if I draw the diagram of a cell membrane, suppose that this is the cell membrane, so at the outer surface of cell membrane there are some specific proteins present around the cell membrane. These proteins basically are a kind of proteins which are specialized to get the specific things to enter inside. These are the some specific proteins. So the things which is coming from outside the surface, suppose that like that, these things want to go inside the cell. So first this particle should interact with these proteins which is present at the outer surface. If the reaction between this specific proteins and the moving particles happen, if they recognize each other, this particle will move. If they recognize, they will move. I can simply say that if they recognize, they will move inside. They will move inside. And if these antigen doesn't know, I said that these doesn't know the particles which is moving inside, these doesn't know, it means these are the strangers. The particles are strangers in respect of the plasma membrane protein, so they will not move inside. So it also works a very important function like that. It recognizes the particles which move inside. Recognize the particles which move inside. Right? Next one important thing is that this is all about the cell membrane. We have discussed the important functions of the cell membrane. That cell membrane acts like a gatekeeper. We have discussed about the process of diffusion and osmosis. We have also discussed the process of the recognition of the cell membranes. And these all are the important functions of the cell membrane. We have discussed many things about the cell, but for the structure of cell, we have three important things. First thing, that was cell membrane, and the second important structure of the cell is the nucleus. So today we will also discuss about the nucleus. What is nucleus? If I deal with the nucleus, a very important structure. Nucleus is a very important structure. If I discuss the structure nucleus was discovered by, it's very important, this who discovered the nucleus. It was discovered by a famous scientist that known as Robert Brown. It was discovered by Robert Brown. He's a very important scientist, very famous scientist, who discovered the nucleus, and what is the function of the nucleus. Before starting the function, first we would go for the structure of the nucleus. That what is the structure of nucleus? What is its position? If I discuss about the position, it will present inside this. If I discuss about the position of the nucleus, position of the nucleus present inside the cell, present inside the cell. That's very important. When it present inside the cell, it will not present outside the cell. And let's have a diagram of the nucleus. If I draw the diagram of the nucleus, this is a simple diagram of nucleus that I can draw. This. It is a double membranous structure that I am drawing, the double membranous structure. And this double membranous structure, we can simply say that this double membranous structure is not a continuous structure. It means it's a breaking structure. There is the space, there is the gap, there is the gap. These gaps are basically very important because these are known as the nucleopores. These are the outer membrane of nucleus. These are the inner membrane of nucleus. And if I discuss about the internal part of nucleus, that's very important that its internal part is a very important part. I can simply say that its internal part, it basically a fiber-like structure, and these fibers are very important. These are known as chromatin fiber. These are known as chromatin fiber, and they also have a very important structure. That name is nucleus, which is present at the peripheral of the nucleus. This is known as nucleus. They also possess a liquid present inside them, and these liquids are very important. This liquid is known as nucleoplasm. So this is very important that what is the structure of the nucleus? It is a double membranous structure. These are the double membrane. One layer is the outer membrane. This is inner membrane. They have connectivity with cell membrane or cytoplasm. So for the connectivity, they have nucleopores. They have chromatin fibers. They have liquid present inside them. This is known as nucleoplasm, and they also have a nucleus. So this is a simple structure of the nucleus. And if I discuss about the nucleus are very important. They are basically the control house of the cell. They are known as the control house of the cell. Then how it controls, that's very important thing, that how it controls. If I deal with the importance of the nucleus parts, that first I would like to discuss about the nucleus part. The first, nucleus. What is nucleus? Nucleus is a very important structure of a nucleus. Basically, it is known as the factory of ribosomes. Factory of ribosomes. It means these will form the proteins. These are helpful in the process of protein synthesis. Helpful in the process of protein synthesis by forming ribosomes. By forming ribosomes. It means these will help in the process of formation of ribosomes, and ribosomes play a very important role in the process of protein synthesis. So I can simply say that nucleus take part in the process of protein synthesis. And why they are involving in the process of protein synthesis? Because they are forming the ribosomes. And next important thing of the nucleus is that nucleus have chromatin fiber. They have chromatin fiber. And what is the importance of chromatin fiber? If I deal with the chromatin fiber, these are the structure like that present inside the nucleus. They are we can say that they are not an organized way, but how they organize and when they organize, this is very important. How they organize, when they organize. We know that an important process of division, that division is a process to form a cell. We can simply say that division is a process to form a cell, and cell division is a very important phenomena of the organism, because by the process of cell division, cell will form its copy, or we can say that cell will form its own kind. So cell division is a very important process. And what about the division of cell? In the process of cell division, basically divide thing is the chromosomes, because chromosomes are very important. How chromosome form, how they divide, that's very important things. And these all things will be controlled and regulated by the nucleus, and these are very important process. How they regulate? If I deal with the process of cell division, this is chromatin fiber. These are the chromatin fibers. In the process of cell division, they will condense, and after condensing, they will form chromosome. After condensing, they will form chromosome. That's very important. After the condensing process, they will form chromosomes. And what about the chromosomes? Let's have a discuss about the chromosomes. And if I discuss about the chromosomes, chromosomes are very important structure of the cell. Why it is very important? If I deal with the structure of chromosome, these are the chromatin fibers which are not organized. If I deal with that, these are the chromatin fiber, these are the fiber. They will change in an organized structure. These organized structures are the chromosomes. These are the chromosomes. And chromosomes are very specific, because every organism on this earth, if I deal with the organism, every organism have chromosomes, and all of them have a specific number of chromosomes. Specific number of chromosomes. So I can simply say that all of the organisms don't have the same number of chromosomes. They all have a specific number of chromosomes. It means I can simply say that chromosome number is the identity of an organism. Chromosome number is the identity of the species. Chromosome number is the identity of the species. So that's very important, that how they form. They form after the process of condensation. They form after the process of condensation during cell division. They form after the process of condensation during cell division. And every organism having a specific number of chromosomes, and this is also the identity of the species. And then if I discuss about the importance of chromosome, if I deal with them, this is the chromosome. Suppose that I am drawing the chromosomes. This is the chromosome. Every thread of the chromosome, this one and this one, every thread of a chromosome is basically a thread of a DNA. I can say that these are the DNA. These are the DNA. This is the deoxyribonucleic acid. These are very important. Later on we will discuss about the DNA, but right now we have to just have an imagination of the DNA, that every thread of a chromosome, if I deal with the thread of the chromosome, every thread of a chromosome is basically formed of DNA. And DNA is very important because they carry the information from generation to generation. They are the basis of the life. They carry information from one generation to the next generation, and they're very important. And if I deal with the small segments of the DNA, these are the small segments, and these small segments of the DNA, if I deal with the small segments of the DNA, small segments of DNA, these are known as the gene. And gene are the vector for hereditary character. Gene are the vector of hereditary character. It means they carry information from one generation to generation. So that I can simply say that nucleus is very important part. Nucleus is very important part of the cell because they have gene and genes. So I can simply say that these are also known as without the nucleus the cell cannot be survived. We have cell should have nucleus, and for the survival of the cell there should be a nucleus. There should be a nucleus for the survival of the cell. For the survival of the cell. And nucleus is also termed as the headquarter of the cell. Headquarter of the cell. And they are also known as the control unit of the cell. Control unit of the cell. So we can simply say that nucleus is very important. They help in the process of cell division. They are very important in the process of the division. They are very important in the process of the control unit of the cell, and they also play an important role in the growth of the cell, in the division of the cell. So I can simply say that without the nucleus, there is no existence of the cell. Every function of a cell, every function of the cell is controlled by gene. Controlled by. This is very important that without the nucleus there is no existence of the cell, but we have some exceptions, but we have some exception like RBC and seed cell of plant, and later on we will deal the reason why they are surviving. Later on we will deal that how they survive without nucleus and what is the reason that why they are surviving. Without the nucleus there is no existence of the cell, and we can simply say that without nucleus there is no existence of cell because nucleus is a very important structure. They play a very important role in the division, in the growth and other important functions. But sometimes we have some exceptions of the cell which can survive without the nucleus, like that RBC, red blood corpuscles of the body, and seed cells of the plant. What is the reason why they are surviving without the nucleus? That's very important. We will find out the reason why they are surviving without the nucleus, and later on we will deal about that topic.